Welcome to another edition of International Soccer Break. I'm your host, Sahil, here with Rahi and Bikram, covering, of course, the India-Afghanistan match that just finished. We were all excited after some good performances in the World Cup qualifiers, a little bit of hope from some of the Asian Cup matches, and then we got that, boys.
Disappointing. All the good feelings I had after that win against Kuwait, they're slowly eroding away. The Asian Cup was disappointing. And now this, against a team you really should beat in Afghanistan. By the way, Kuwait beat them 4-0 on the road. And India really didn't do much. There weren't that many chances, Bick.
Yeah, it was really disappointing. I mean, I think this is the lowest we've felt, and we've seen this is the fifth consecutive match without a goal scored by India. And I think we had some level of optimism throughout, but not after this. I thought it was a really bad performance.
Really bad.
They looked lackluster in the first half. Then they looked rushed in the second half. If they only had some of that intensity in the first half, I think it would have been a different story. But yeah, it's really bad.
100%. What does your shirt say, Bick? It says, "Can I finish my chai first?"
Yeah,
there you go. I mean, they needed a cup of chai to start the game, perhaps. They had maybe too many cups at halftime because I felt in the second half, they came out with this desperation that didn't help them. Everything looked rushed. I thought every time they got into attacking positions, it looked like they took an extra touch, or in the midfield, it was always looking for that lofted ball over top or that through ball when a ball wide was always on, right? And I felt that they were trying to make the perfect pass instead of just working the simple pass and then creating chances. Yeah. As a result, I don't think they created much at all. And Afghanistan, I think, dealt with everything very comfortably.
Yeah. And Afghanistan could have gone up. They should have scored that goal in the 62nd, 63rd minute.
Yeah.
That would have been a complete disaster.
Manveer Singh had one chance he should have put away. I mean, that was a golden chance that he could have taken a touch off the cross in the box, and then he one touched it, and it was a tame finish in the end that went wide.
Yeah. And you're right. I
mean, there was also free header.
The free header by Bose, I think, had it, and then a couple opportunities by Mahesh Singh. But as a whole, you guys are right, and there was really no creation. And let's talk a little bit about Sunil Chhetri, Bick. I mean, was he playing in this game or what?
He was completely invisible as far as I was concerned. Like I think I saw him towards the end. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like I think we need to start having a serious conversation about whether he is. Whether he should really be playing the next few matches. I think he'll be in the squad, but I don't know. I didn't love his performance today, and I didn't think his leadership was great either. I think he was sulking all over the pitch, really complaining and getting frustrated. And when you see your captain do that, when you see your best player, your most experienced player have that sort of mentality on the pitch, then that sort of feeds into the rest of the team as well, and that almost makes them play in a more hurried manner. So.
Yeah, it's true. I wonder if some of that frustration was with his own performance, because he's somebody who certainly holds himself to a high standard, but he looked frustrated. And I don't know what that was about, but he looked very frustrated the whole evening. Certainly didn't get the service he would have liked, but he also didn't pop up in enough areas. I thought he wasn't as impactful as I'd like him to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. There are real questions about this team's inability to score goals now.
Yeah. 5 matches in a row they haven't scored.
Yeah. And what did you think of the setup by Stimac? Did you guys think that was okay, or there was kind of a lack of understanding by the players of what they're actually trying to accomplish?
I thought the setup was okay. I mean, like, I don't think that was the main reason. I think, again, like, you compare the intensity in the first and the second half. That for me was the main issue. Like, I think India have just gotten used to playing against teams that are better than them. So they sit back. They maybe absorb pressure, and whereas in this case, the mentality should have been, look, we are the better team. We need the win. Afghanistan were the ones playing for the draw. Afghanistan is not going to make it out of the next stage. So I think it really had to do with intensity rather than the formation. Because when they did actually string a few passes together, when they did decide, look, we actually need to do something, then they looked decent, But
and when they
I just felt it was too little too late.
I thought they won the ball effectively. In the second half in particular, they were pressing a little bit more. Just once they got it was constantly forward or over top. It wasn't. It felt like there was no clear idea of what to do. But I do agree. The problem was the first half is that how lackluster they showed up in the first half. And that is down to coaching. That is down to not, inculcating the team with the right urgency, right? Not telling them what matters. I don't know why they came out that way. And I understand because that's the way they've played. They've played now, Qatar and then 3 teams in the Asian Cup who are better than them. So they're used to that sit and absorb, but you can't play that way. I think you're absolutely right. It's almost like they fell into an old habit, and that's the Stimac way, it seems. It worked on the road against Kuwait. They were similar. But at a certain point, you have to come out with more initiative. And we haven't seen an India that does that yet. And it's got to be the next one at home because this is now a must win at home. A must win.
Yeah.
And I think, again, sorry, go on. I was going to say, I think, with, I was looking at the score while, following the Qatar versus Kuwait match as well. Like Qatar were 2-0 up at halftime. It was an amazing opportunity for India. They would have been 3 points up if they had the win. So, it's just bad.
It's just a huge missed opportunity. I do want to take a couple bright points out of the match. I thought the defense was very strong. I thought Anwar Ali coming back. I know they weren't tested a lot, but I thought that was a strong defensive performance, and that hopefully that continues. And as much as the commentators in the match were saying that this particular match was a must win, it actually was not a must win. The one that's coming up here on Tuesday, that is a must win. And so the match at home in Guwahati in India, that is going to be a must win.
It's important to be clear about that. That yes, this was a missed opportunity, but it does not signal the end of all hope. In many ways, it's still status quo. Things could have been better today, but status quo. It all depends now. Should Kuwait lose to Qatar, which we hope they will, if that happens, then and India does win at home, then it does, as we thought, really come down to that last game against Kuwait, right? That's really the key.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. The main thing, then, let's finish on this point, is what across the board needs to get better if they're going to win this next match against Afghanistan, Vic?
I think they just need to come out of the blocks. They also need to sort out how they approach attacking. And what I mean by that is they really need to, rather than panic and just go for the amazing through ball, they need to just focus on actually just moving the ball forward and just playing normal football, like playing what has allowed them to rack up a few wins over the last few years. So it's, I think it's just playing a more simple brand of football.
Yeah, I'd love to see them do what they did well, I thought, against Kuwait in that first game, to play wide, right? The goal came off a cross wide, right? So whether that cross is coming in the air or on the box, even the chances that were created today were all glancing headers, or there was the Manveer Singh chance from across, right? But I thought too often when the space was available wide to play the pass, a through ball was played or Puya was playing a ball over top, and that is very difficult to get right. So I think consistently deciding we're going to play through the wings and we're going to continue to do that over and over again. And yes, even if we miss an easy chance, even if the glancing header goes wide, that's how the chances are going to come. That's how they have to come, because I don't see them coming under any other way. And it's felt like they abandoned the plan too quickly. So I'd love to continue to bomb down the wings. That's the way this team has to score, I think.
Yeah. And also when you do stretch the wings, you do create more space in the middle as well. So,
No, look, I think it's the good thing is we get to play this team again in a few days, and you can study all the film and you know exactly what you did wrong, and there was a lot that was wrong. So it's on India to correct that. But there's still hope, India fans out there. It's not all done. There's a huge match which you all need to watch, and of course that's going to be at a much better time in India. This was in the middle of the night, for crying out loud. But so everyone, please tune into that. If you're enjoying watching these videos, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And let's go, India. Still have a chance to get there. Need a big performance in this return match against Afghanistan. We'll all be supporting you. And Chuck Day, India. Let's go.
Have the chai before the match this time.